5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to Midwest Speed Fest, everyone. I've been your host, Frozen Flygon. I'm super excited to be hosting for this next run as well. So we are going to be seeing Kororinpa Marble Mania, all normal levels New Game Plus by Yoda Cage. Take it away.
Alright, so I guess we're good to start. I'll give the countdown for the timer to start and we'll be good to go. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, how's it going, everyone? I'm Yoda Cage, and this is my game, Kororinpa Marble Mania. So, it's actually a launch title for the Wii that no one knows about. It came out in 2006 in Japan. And it's like a lot of other marble rolling games, like, like Marble Blast, Monkey Ball, you've probably seen before. The biggest difference that this game has, however, is all the movement I'm doing is with the tilting of the Wiimote, as you can see in the controller cam. And that gives me actually full 360 degrees of movement, as you can see, like this. And that control lets me do stuff like this. So, pretty much, this game doesn't have a jump button, right? All the jumps that I do in this game, all the movement tech I'm doing, is just the manipulation of the Wiimote. I'm just like bumping up my wrists and angling my Wiimote to go in the direction I want to. And just kind of going throughout the stage. So, how this game kind of works is every level has a certain number of crystals that you have to collect before you reach the goal, right? So how we've optimized it so basically you can beat it as fast as possible is a lot of parts of the levels don't have crystals, like long sections where there aren't any crystals. So to optimize the routing of the level, you basically want to skip long sections of levels with no crystals and jump from crystal to crystal as fast as possible. Ah, crap. So, a lot of these levels are going to be really short, just because, it's the first world, but we're still, you can see I'm doing, like, jumps across to, like, skip going around sections of tracks. It saves a couple seconds or so each time. There's a couple levels that are, like, 3 seconds long here, where there's no skips whatsoever, but, yeah, as I get to longer levels, I'm going to break them a lot more with movement. Coming up with this next level, you're going to see what's called the first instance of a reset. So, if you press the A button, as I'm doing right here, you go back to the start of the level, but you keep all of your crystals. And you can essentially use that if it's more convenient for the routing of a level, get some crystals, reset, and then go to another part of the level, and then get more crystals. There's like a 1-second animation that plays after you reset before you can move again, but it's usually, when we do that, it's because the route's fast, the route's fast enough so that it doesn't really matter. Alright. And with the, I can basically jump as far as I want if I, like, angle it the right direction. So even if I die, I basically, the best backup is to try and jump straight back to where I was, before I got, when I died trying to get a crystal that I was going for. Alright, this is one of the more jumpy levels of Park. Oh! Alright, that's a pretty good save. Nice. Alright, so that's the first world. That was Park. Now, there's a pretty hard skip in this level. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, almost. Alright, so that one's really hard. You can basically jump up to the very top and skip the moving platform to save like 3 seconds, but it's okay. So yeah. There's not really any new mechanics introduced in this world. It's going to be like a lot of, moving platforms and stuff, and just like there's a couple levels with cannons. So it's usually just, it's just the music, the aesthetics, and just like what the levels are made of change, but from world to world. In this world, it's still going to be a lot of shorter levels until the next world for the most part.
Awesome. Do I have time to read a donation in here?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Awesome. So we have $25 from Anonymous that says Yump Dono. So keeping the Yump train going. Awesome. Thank you so much for that donation.
Alright. So yeah, the longer levels don't really start to happen until the next world, but there's still a few decently long levels in through here. And I guess the next thing I should mention about why I'm running on New Game Plus. So there's a couple reasons that the main category of this game is on New Game Plus. First, so all the levels start unlocked. So like there's a couple worlds where the levels you need to do certain requirements, like get gold trophies or get like green crystals, which are like other collectibles to unlock levels. All right, hold on one sec. This level's pretty hard, so let's see if I can get all these jumps first try. Ah, dang. It's usually faster to go and skip cannons and skip the animation of getting launched up if you can just jump up. So yeah, I do that there. But yeah, so like I was saying about New Game Plus, so we start with all the levels unlocked, and then the other reason is so we can use this marble that I'm using right now, which is called the Flash Ball. And what's special about this is it actually lets me edit my stats, and I basically edit the stats so they are as like good for speedrunning as possible. So there's 4 stats. There's slide, response, and speed. I maxed all those out so the ball is as fast as possible. And the last one is bounce, and I minimize bounce so the ball doesn't like fly around everywhere whenever I land after doing big jumps. So that basically just makes the run as fast and as difficult as possible. But at the same time, it's like really enjoyable to try and like optimize the game as much as I can with such a fast marble. All right, I'm gonna do a fast ending here. Let's see if I can get it. Nice, launch straight to the end. Saves a few seconds there. Alright. So coming up on the end of Candyland here, it's a pretty short level here, followed by a medium length level. Another thing I probably wanted to talk about is cycles. It's kind of interesting to note, but you're gonna see if I do this level properly, I'm gonna get stuck by the moving walls going up and down over there. An interesting thing about this game is for individual level runs, for IL runs, yeah, okay, I didn't really get stuck. If you there's like a cutscene at the start of the level. If you let that cutscene run longer than normal, like this one right here, it actually advances the cycles, so that, if you want to do an IL run, but you keep getting like messed up by, oh wow, that's an interesting collision. If you keep getting messed up by cycles, some levels it's optimal to let that cutscene run so the cycles are more favorable for levels later on. Although that doesn't really matter in terms of full game runs, it's just an interesting thing to note. But yeah, so now this is Daytown, the third world of the game, and you're going to see a couple new mechanics like conveyor belts, magnifying glasses, checkpoints are coming up as well because the levels are going to get slightly longer. And just, yeah, a whole new aesthetic, new music, and the like, as you probably noticed. So yeah, conveyor belts aren't really that complicated. It's just they kind of give you, like, velocity in whichever direction they move. You're going to have to either go with them or fight against them at some point. But yeah. Alright. And another side note, at the top left you can see right below the level timer, the time with the crown next to it is my ILPB for the level. Since I'm running on the file, like a New Game Plus file, it's the file that I do all my individual level grinds for as well. So like, to give you a sense of like how like fast this game is, like in terms of just like trying to optimize individual levels, you can kind of compare what time I get on the level to my record. Some are pretty similar, some are very different because some have much harder routes as well. So yeah, just another interesting new thing to note. All right. Alright, let's go execution. So, not even really any big deaths so far, which is it's definitely going a lot better than most of my practice runs over the past few days.
This is awesome to watch.
Appreciate it.
Do the backgrounds ever distract you? Because for me, it's like there's a lot going on in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of gotten used to it. I mean, it's kind of like, I think it's harder to keep, kind of keep everything in perspective from like a viewer standpoint, because it's like hard because there's just a lot of stuff going on in general. But I've been playing this game for so long that I'm just kind of used to everything, you know? Alright, here's a skip here. Alright, that was the first instance of a checkpoint. So before, when I mentioned I back in Park in one of the levels where I reset back to the start of the level for a more favorable route, now if you get a checkpoint, if you reset, then you will go back to the last checkpoint you collected. So it just gives a new opportunity for you to kind of optimize routes within a level.
Awesome. Do we have time for a quick donation in here?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Awesome. We have $25 from Venom Turtle that says, it would be a shame if Shug had to name Squall parentheses Leon Quistis too. Which just, brings me into the bid wars we have, including the skater name for Tony Hawk's Underground, the crew name for Need for Speed Carbon, and both Griever name and Squall name for Final Fantasy VIII. Just get those donations in if you want them to be named something of your fancy.
Alright, nice. Alright, so coming up on the final level of Staytown, you see those magnifying glasses that I was talking about earlier? Oh crap. Okay, I died, so now the cycles are going to be a bit messed up, but that's okay. So yeah. That's annoying. I'll just jump up here. So yeah, if you touch one of these, it's just instant death. So it's usually good that if the cycles are messed up, I usually like to play it a bit slower. Because if I do the level properly, the cycles will always be at the same place. But if I reset the level after I die, they reset to a different point. So it's kind of harder to keep track of. Alright, here we are in the fourth world. It's Toyland. Again, the levels are just going to be getting longer and more difficult as the run progresses. So yeah, although there's a couple levels in this where the levels are long, but there aren't too many more crystals, so they allow us for pretty big skips. So I'll kind of mention them as they come up. Alright, nice. I didn't die on Arch Bridge. Alright. That level's cursed for me, because I always die on that level. It's harder than it looks, but
marathon luck in the good direction.
Yeah, no, this run's going really well so far, and I hope I don't jinx myself for the later levels.
You said it out loud. Oh no.
Yeah, it's whatever. This game can sometimes like there are some a lot of deaths aren't that bad, but if you die in a certain spot where it's like the last checkpoint you got was a while ago, or it's just a weird backup to get where you were before, then some deaths can be pretty annoying, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, here's one of the shorter levels of the world. Oh, okay. Crystal hitboxes. Another interesting thing to mention, crystal hitboxes are tied to the actual animations that you see. They're tied to the polygon on screen, so I can go right above and next to the crystal, and it's not a rectangle. I have to actually hit the sprite to collect it. So sometimes I barely miss them, and it looks like I should have gotten them. So it's just kind of annoying, but it's whatever. Gotten used to it. All right, nice. All right. What's up next? All right, I could completely break the route of this level if I jump up here, and then jump all the way down here. This level is normally supposed to be really long, but generally, if there's a ratio where it's a bigger level and there's not that many crystals, the bigger that ratio is, the more I can break it. So here there's a big level, but it's a lot of crystals, so there's not that many skips. Alright, I'm gonna go for a skip here that'll save a few seconds if I get it. Fall down. Nice. So the strat for that is I have to reset back to the start of the level anyway, so I can fall straight back into that crystal. And then if I get that, I don't have to go and get it after the reset. So cool that I was able to get that skip. Alright. Jump over this gap. Yeah, okay. Sideways jumps are a bit annoying too if I'm a full 90 degrees and I have to jump across a gap. But it's a pretty cool dynamic because they designed this game with the intent where it's okay, you can move 360 degrees. We're gonna make vertical walls that you have to climb. So it's kind of cool that they design levels like that. Alright, pretty big skip here. Launch myself all the way here, and reset, and jump straight to the goal. See, it's a huge level, but there's only 5 crystals, so I can completely break the route of it. Alright. Slightly longer level here. Coming up on the end of Toyland soon. Couple small skips in this one. Alright there, follow here, get this checkpoint, jump over here. And then the last section of movement's kind of annoying, but there we go. Nice. I think that was one of the fastest I've ever done that level. Third fastest I've ever beaten that level, so that's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome. It seems like some parts of it, it's the camera isn't in your favor, so it's really impressive you're able to, you just trust yourself and go for it.
Yeah, it's games like Monkey Ball, obviously the camera moves with you, but in this game it's always in one direction. So
yeah.
Alright, let's see if I can get this skip. Oh, that's too high. Damn. Alright, that's fine. So yeah, another thing I wanted to mention is in this game, there's no death planes. If you're in the air for a second and a half continuously without touching the ground, then you just die. So I was trying to jump up there to get the crystal and land, but I was in the air for too long, so I just died. So it's just some skips are pretty difficult because of that, but it's just how it goes. But yeah, there's a lot more skips that could be like implemented that I'm doing right now, but a lot of them involve jumping backwards, and like you were saying, the camera is not very favorable if you are moving backwards. So sequence skips going backwards is pretty much IL only. And backups as well. Like if you die and you have to jump backwards to like back up and get back where you were, it's really annoying. And so yeah, it's just kind of something you have to get used to, but it's an interesting dynamic for sure. Alright. So yeah, this is Nighttown. There's only 5 levels in this world, since they're pretty long and a lot more difficult than usual. But getting through them so far. Level 43 is one of the most difficult to do consistently. It's called Risky Tightrope, which yes, that is foreshadowing the level name. So hopefully I can do this pretty well. Perfect. All right. Got it. Yeah, that part is really annoying to do with the ball I'm using, where it's the fastest I can possibly make the ball in the game. So glad I got that, and then just some movement at the end. All right, and launch myself up here and finish. Oh, okay, we're good.
So we have a question in chat. Are you controlling the ball or the gravity?
I don't like to think about that because that's just going to confuse me. Let's just say, I think the guy that answered it is putting it nicely in chat. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, we just
No question, just roll.
Yeah. So yeah, I just went from level 43 was one of the hardest in the game, and you just saw me do the only level in the game with no crystals, where you can just jump straight down to the end. That's the shortest level in the game, under 2 seconds long. And here's a hard skip if I can get it. Oh, okay, we're good. Nice. Perfect. Nice. Alright, and that's Nighttown. Here we go to the actual hardest world in the game, space. So, 5 levels that are even longer and more difficult than what we just had. But fortunately, they have more checkpoints, so it's not that bad on average, although this one section is going to be kind of annoying. There's a couple skips here. If I die, then that's not going to be good. Alright, coming up here. Jump to this wall, fall down. And, alright, cool, that went well. And then one final skip at the end of the level to get straight to the final stretch. Nice. Perfect. Alright, so that's Space A. Space B is the shortest of the space levels. Nothing too bad here. Just a bit of annoying movement at the start. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Alright, let me just jump to the checkpoint. Oh, unfortunate. There we go. That's better. This. Just a little bit of movement at the end, and we're good to go. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of commentary points, but I guess I'll just let the gameplay speak for itself in this world, since these are some of the toughest levels to do. Space Sea is in particular, like, in my current record, I lost like 15 seconds on this level. It was not pretty.
It seems like this is a lot more precise. Like there's a lot less walls and a lot more opportunity to just fall into the void of space.
Yeah, and they're longer, so if you die, the deaths are usually more punishing. So yeah, that's just
right. Absolutely.
That's just how it goes. That's why like this is definitely the biggest choke point of the run, space. Like I can't tell you how many runs I've died that have been like on PB pace, but it just had a couple bad deaths and lost like 30 seconds in one level in space. It's rough sometimes. Oh, I was faster than I expected, so I beat the cycle that I wasn't expecting to beat. Okay. One final skip here. And perfect. Nice. Alright, that's a decent space scene. Alright. And Space D is probably the most, I'd say the second most broken level in space. Space E is going to be a lot more crazy. But there's a few skips here. This basically has the worst death location in the game. Just because of how many cannons you have to go through here, there's no checkpoint for a while, so if you die at the very top, then it costs a lot of time. But I'll try this skip right here once. Alright, nice, I got it. So how that skip works essentially is if you get shot out of a cannon, you lose control of the ball. Alright, here's another skip right here. Nice. But yeah, you lose control of the ball and you can't move it whatsoever. So I use that time to set up my angle to try and to launch up to the top and skip the last cannon. And Space E, this is the hardest and most broken level in the game. I used to do this level, I used to actually swap out and change my ball to the panda ball, which I'm sad that I didn't get a showcase in this run. Just because I gotta go fast, because it makes cute noises and it is a very good marble to use. But that's slow. I switched to it before because it's a lot more consistent. It's very slow, but it has a very slow airspeed, so you can control your jumps very precisely. So that's why it was a lot more convenient to use in this level. But now, since the meta's just evolved to having to use flashball, pretty much. And alright, let's see if I can get these last few skips here. Perfect. And then final jump. Oh, almost got it. Alright, let's get it. Alright, that was pretty good. And throughout that level, you saw me a lot of getting a few crystals, then resetting back to a checkpoint. To just break the route of the level entirely. Alright, and now for the final world of the game, the secrets. So we went from basically some of the longest and hardest levels in the game in terms of space to the secrets are basically just a bunch of shorter, really gimmicky levels, really. And there's 15 levels in this world, and these are kind of like secret levels. I will obviously it's in the name, but yeah, you have to get green crystals throughout the game to unlock these levels. So that's why they're kind of not part of like the main set of levels, a bit separate, but they're still included in the run just because it doesn't make the run that much longer, and they're still part like the levels in the game. So yeah. All right. Yeah, that was just, there's like one level in the game that has no crystals, and that level has just like 70 crystals just like out of nowhere. They're just like, why not? Let's just make a level and just throw like just a crap ton of crystals all across here. So, and then here we're just skiing. So yeah, there's just a lot of pretty funny gimmicks here. Alright, okay. And here we're at a dog show. So, gotta jump through some rings. And then slalom back and forth at the end. Go through a tube here. So, yeah. These levels aren't the most, like, interesting to play in terms of, like, cool strats and stuff, but they're more so just, like, optimizing movement and not dying too many times. Alright. Let's see if I can... This is a pretty hard strat here. Let's see if I can get this. 1, 2, 3. Yep, get all those crystals. Jump onto the thumb side here. And then fall back. Alright, that went pretty well. Oh, okay, that almost went well. That's okay.
Seems tricky, yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically the individual level for that level is insane. You have to basically go along all the fingertips in one go and just get all the crystals and then loop around. It's really, really hard. And by the way, if anyone's interested in looking at the individual level records for this game, there's a Cyberscore page. You just look up Cyberscore Kororinpa. Then you'll get to the database where every world record has a YouTube video either done by me or Callum Ball. He's probably people have heard of him as a notable monkey ball runner of other games. He's the other really good runner of this game too. He has a bunch of world records, so they're like really insane individual level strats throughout a bunch of levels in this game. Like, just to put it in perspective, the current record is mid 26 minute time. If you put together all of the individual level records for this game, it would be a high 21 minute run. So like you could literally save like almost 5 minutes if you're perfect. So like no task has been done for this game, but that's kind of just to give you an idea of how far this game could in theory be pushed. It's just a really, really hard to run. Also, yeah, motion sickness, sorry about this level. I don't know what the devs were thinking putting this level in. But yeah, alright.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the worst level in the game to play, just because I have to like turn my Wiimote upside down and just tilt it back and forth. But it's whatever. Alright. Secret 9, here's a pretty difficult level in terms of the jumps I have to do. This is one of the biggest choke points in the secrets, because there's a lot of chances to mess up jumps here, so hopefully I can play it pretty smoothly. Okay, reset here, and I reset there because it would, in theory, be faster to jump to the other crystals, but that would involve a backwards jump, and it really wouldn't save any time, so I just reset back to the start. Like, it might save a little bit of time, but it's definitely not worth going for at all. Alright, nice. Alright, a few more levels. I'm trying to think of anything that I wanted to say that I completely forgot to mention. But it's okay. I think I mentioned I missed a couple things, but it's whatever. I'll just finish the run strong. Right there, reset, and yeah, a lot of these levels aren't very linear. Oh, dang it. So there's a lot of resetting back to the start and kind of just breaking the level. Like they kind of like start you in like the middle of the level, and there's just a bunch of crystals around a giant level to collect. Oh, jeez, come on. There we go. Nice. All right, 5 levels left. All right, this one's pretty boring. Yeah, okay. There's some that aren't very interesting. A side note, there are actually mirror levels in the game, where it's basically the same levels, but they're reversed. So in the 100% run, you actually have to beat all the levels, including the mirror levels. And I think you unlock them by getting gold trophies or something, but I'm not sure. In this level, the mirror level is completely identical to the normal level, which is really funny just because it's completely symmetric. And they have 2 separate leaderboards, technically, but nobody really plays the mirror leaderboards much. Yes, I am playing with the Wiimote. As you can see in the controller cam, everything is controlled by the motion of the Wiimote, to answer the question in chat. Alright, yeah, Christmas tree time. Talking about...
Christmas tree?
Yes, Christmas tree. There's a Christmas tree.
I love Christmas.
There's gonna be a snowman friend at the bottom.
This is so cute!
Not the most playable stage, but it is... it's pretty nice to look at. Snowflakes.
It's like the gems are ornaments.
Yes. Say hi to the snowman.
So wholesome.
He's over there. Hi, snowman. Alright.
What a good friend!
Alright. See, now we're back to the dog show, except it's tougher. Dog show part 2. Alright. Here, and now this one goes back and forth. More slaloms. And just up the giant slope, and then just a couple more levels. This is secret 13 out of 15, so 2 more levels, and then time will be coming up. This actually might be a 27, which is actually a really good time. I was like, literally all of my practice runs, I was getting like 28s and 29s over the past few days, so getting a 27.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
The current record's a 26:38, so it's probably going to be like a minute behind or something, maybe a little bit more. Oh, let's get this. Come on.
I mean, it seems difficult to like string all these together, especially, you know, minimizing the deaths and the using the strats and everything. It's really impressive.
Oh, for sure. Thanks. But yeah, like first and second are 26-minute times, and then third place is 33-minute time. So like, there's not a lot of people that have pushed this game very far. But, yeah. All right, final level. So once I finish this level, just get ready on time. It's gonna be in like 20 seconds or so, probably. All right. There. And I have lost multiple runs to this spiral going up here because like that, it's so it's really annoying to control. All right, I may have killed 27 like that, but it's whatever. All right.
Wow, yeah, that last part seems so difficult.
Yeah, because everything I'm doing, like, it wouldn't be that bad if I wasn't using maximum stats possible to go as fast as possible. But like, hey. We gotta go fast, right? It's a speed run. Alright, there.
Let's show it off.
Here, I get ready for time. 3, 2, 1, and... not yet. I fell off. Hold on. Okay, time.
GG.
Alright. Ta-da! Alright, that last level wasn't good, but it's whatever. Alright, there's Kororinpa Marble Mania. And just to plug... This game doesn't have any, like, it has like less than 10 runners, so if anyone's interested in like trying to pick up this game to play, like, I made a tutorial series on all the worlds. There's the Discord, and like a server where we talk about speedrunning this game and the sequel. So if you're interested at all, we have resources we can help you get the game and learn how to run it. So just feel free to go on speedrun.com. There's a Discord link. Or message me on Twitter, or I have my Discord on speedrun.com as well. Just reach out to me. I can definitely help you get started, because this game this deserves more runners. It deserves more recognition. It's a really sick speedrun. And it's 14 years old and no one knows about it. So like, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the run, and so I guess that's about it for me. But yeah, thanks everyone for the grats and everything. Honestly, a low 28 is really, really good. It's only a minute and a half off the record, so that was a really, really good showcase.
Well done. Thank you so much for the run.
Yep. Thanks again. Glad to do it. It was really fun. All right. Cool. Shout outs to everyone.